Good morning. Thanks for joining me today for our daily devotion. Glad you're here. Today is June 24th. It's Thursday. Today is the anniversary of my ordination. So it's a very special day for me. 21 years. I can hardly believe that. We were joking the other night to say that my theology degree can now drink. It feels like a milestone. So happy anniversary to me. Today is also the day that we celebrate the nativity of John the Baptist. So this is the day that typically the church acknowledges as the day that John was born. It's the winter solstice, or the summer solstice, rather. No. Yeah, summer solstice. So today is the longest day of the year. So after today, the days start getting shorter, just as John must decrease, right? And so Jesus, we celebrate his nativity on the 24th. And so that, which is right after, I guess the 21st is actually the solstice. Anyway, the days are getting shorter now, is my point. So, and then Jesus is born right after the winter solstice, and the days start getting longer. And in the Gospel of John, John the Baptist says, as he must increase, I must decrease. I think it's in John 3. Might be John 2. Can't be John 3. It's John 2. Anyway, that's why we celebrate the Nativity of John the Baptist. So it is the 24th, and it's a pretty great day. I hope it's a great day for you too. Cat shaming photo of the day is the vet found another cat's claw in my anus. Oh, how that happened. Oh, Lord. Poor kitty. It's never happened to Lucy. I don't let her go outside, so that is never a problem there. Oof. I don't even want to know how that happened. Okay. The devotion today is called Worry. But seek first God's kingdom and God's righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And that's in Matthew 6:33 and 34. Trouble. Each day has plenty of it, and tomorrow will usher in more. That part of the teaching, the disciples had no problem accepting. It was the do not worry part that proved trickier. In fact, the entirety of their ministry would be spent trying to understand Jesus' triumph over every kind of trouble. Jesus could have kicked off his signs and wonders with a parting of the sea caliber kind of miracle. Instead, he chose a simpler approach. He changed water into wine because it ran out. It was a relatively minor problem that Jesus was asked to solve. His mother was anxious on behalf of the wedding host and wanted him to step in, so he did. Which means it was during a party that Jesus chose to reveal his glory to his disciples for the first time. It was a public debut of triumph over trouble. In doing so, Jesus demonstrated that nothing is inconsequential. Every predicament is an opportunity for divine intervention and continued celebration. We too tend to worry about issues large and small, and Jesus cares about each one, especially because of the opportunity they present. But we have to do our part too. Like Mary, we have to ask with even seemingly small matters. Otherwise, we read verses about not worrying and worry even more about our inability to cease worrying, rather than seeking and asking so that Jesus can prove himself triumphant. Perhaps that's why he honored his mother's request. The simplicity of it represents so many kingdom principles. For example, it takes faith to surrender our worries and trade them in for kingdom seeking and Jesus trusting. When we do, Jesus goes to work on our behalf. Of course, it doesn't mean he's literally going to turn water into wine, but he's always going to do the spiritual equivalent. Work things out for good for those who love him, as we are reminded in Romans 8:28. Trust Jesus with the little things, and he'll prove time and time again that we can trust him with everything. And don't worry about whether or not you have the ability to cease worrying, because we don't. That's the point. Our job is to seek Jesus and his righteousness. His response will be to reveal more and more of his glory, and the outcome will be our refreshed and increased faith. And miraculously, there will also be a whole lot less worrying. Let us pray. Lord God, what a wonderful day before us. Thank you for being with us and for going before us and making it a great day. If we worry that we are not worrying enough, please right-size our fears and our expectations so that we can see our struggles as you see them, as opportunities. And we give thanks to you through Jesus Christ, your dear Son, that you have protected us through the night from all harm and danger. We ask that you would also protect us today from sin and all evil, so that our life and actions may please you. Into your hands we commend ourselves, our bodies, our souls, and all that is ours. Let your holy angels be with us, so that the wicked foe may have no power over us. Amen. Isn't it something how worrying is such a part of life? We all do it to one extent or another. People love to deny that they don't worry. I don't buy it. I think we all worry about something. Sometimes we worry ourselves into ulcers and other health problems. I mean, I think that's kind of an extreme, but we all do it. We all worry. And how wonderful it is when we can give all of that to God in prayer and then not sit back, but just not worry about it anymore. Just let God do what God's going to do, because God's got it all figured out anyhow. I've shared this story many times, but I think it's a great example. When Ken was interviewing at Union, we were very, very concerned that we hadn't heard anything. And his job interview more or less went on for 9 months because he was serving as interim. And they were not sure about calling someone hiring someone who was not Adventist. And it was, February morning. It was one of those wonderful days in late winter, early spring, where we had a warmer day. And I was out walking, and I was praying that God would make a way for this to happen. And God basically said, "Would you shut up already? I've got this." Well, when the Lord tells you to stop, you do. So I stopped praying about it. I stopped worrying about it. I knew God had it. God was going to work it out in God's own timing. And I stopped worrying about it and even stopped praying about it. And Ken noticed, and he said, "Well, why aren't you praying about my job?" I said, "Because the Lord told me not to. The Lord told me that God's got this. And it has got it all worked out, and we just have to wait for it to unfold. So I'm not worried about it anymore." It was a wonderful thing then when we got the word. I think it was in May that he was indeed going to be hired for the fall semester that year. It was very, very exciting, and of course he's been there ever since. This is his. He'll be starting his 11th year. He'll be starting his 11th year in the fall, which is really, really exciting. Very wonderful. Maybe a silly story, but when we pray about stuff, we gotta let it go. We gotta let go of the outcome. We just gotta let God do what God's gonna do, and pray that things go the way we'd like them to go. And if they don't, maybe because that God has something even more wonderful in mind than what we asked. Because sometimes God works that way too. Try not to worry. If you're worrying about something, give it to God and then see what God does. And maybe God can use us in a new and wonderful ways that we didn't expect, to do what God has in mind in the world. So that is my prayer for us, not just you, but also for me, that we can let go and let God, as it were, but also seek to be God's hands, feet, and heart in the world. So have a great day. Bring a little love and light in the world. Look for the joy. It's out there. Look for it. And praise God a little bit along the way. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here tomorrow.